You're watching KMAC Red Raider Nation's Countdown to Kickoff.
Welcome back, everyone. It is yet another rendition of everybody's favorite part of the show, board games. Maybe someday we'll have a little theme music to go with it. Maybe just me in the background just doing that over and over again. So let's start with our over and unders. Combined rushing yards, because Oklahoma and Texas Tech don't really have the best rushing defenses in the Big 12. Oklahoma ranks last. Texas Tech ranks near the bottom of there. So let's set the line at 325.5.
All right. Well, there are plenty of decent running backs in this football game, and that's not knocking anybody, but there's no Deuce Vaughns or Bijan Robinsons, right? Or a real rushing quarterback that's starting anyway, you know, obviously Donovan Smith. So I'm going to go with the under in this one. It might be by 1 yard, but I'll still take the under. I think the defenses will hold their own at times. Yeah, just because, you know, you don't have those breakout stars at running back, and you don't have that mobile quarterback like an Adrian Martinez.
Right, and Texas Tech did play a whale of a defensive effort last week, but I want to go with the over here. As we just heard from Ryan Aber, Eric Gray is a special back for the Sooners. Yeah, he's not Adrian Peterson, he's not DeMarco Murray, but he's also a very good player for the Sooners coming in from Tennessee. Texas Tech has their own good running back duo, maybe even trio. If you want to put in Cameron Valdez. But I want to take the over. I think it's going to be a lot of rushing yards. Everybody wants to get out of there because it is going to be another cold one.
There you go. Good call. That's all about the weather right there. That's probably the best answer right there. And get out of there as quick as possible.
Yes. Now for the X factor. X going to give it to you. So who is the player that we should keep an eye on that maybe goes under the radar?
I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I'm going to give you more than one, but I'll write in parentheses under them.
Oh, good call.
I'll go with the DBs in general for Texas Tech. They're probably Rabbit here. I mean, you got to remember, he's an Oklahoma kid, apparently from an Oklahoma State family. I don't think he would enjoy anything more than get a pick or do something to turn the game around against a team that he didn't really like growing up into the Oklahoma Sooners. So I'll go with Rabbit.
A Carl Albert Titan, if you will.
Yes,
for me, I want to go with the offensive side. I'm going to go with one Caleb Rogers. I say that because he's probably got his eye on the fact that Oklahoma had 6 sacks against Spencer Sanders a week ago. That's their best performance of the year. He is a guy that's come into his own late in the season, proved a lot, and he's going to have to, you know, lead that blind side of the offensive line to make sure that Shuck is protected and the offense just keeps clicking. And now let's go with our headline. Oh,
I'm back. I'm good. Go ahead. You're going to have to go first, though. That one died on me.
Okay. Maybe I'll give you the marker after this.
Yeah.
For me, I am going to say, take out the fire hose. I'm only saying this because they're playing Oklahoma this week, and if you go up against a Brent Venables, you know, he likes to apply a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Texas Tech needs to apply that same pressure and take out the fire hose. Like I said, you ever seen a fire hose coming out of a fire truck? That is a lot of water coming out of that hose.
Yes.
What do we got from you?
I'm going to go one last W for the double T scoreboard. There you go. A victory for the Red Raiders. The last time we see the double T scoreboard, an iconic thing. Even somebody that didn't grow up with it, if you played NCAA football, you got to see the double T scoreboard, even though it had the little bubble behind it back in the day.
What was that, by the way?
It was an indoor practice. It was called the bubble. It was a practice facility. It had a track in there, it had the football field. Yeah, the bubble.
Just missed that, man.
Yeah. Well, it looks a little bit nicer now, the thing behind it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, that was our board games. Let's move on from our fake games to keep an eye on for the real games being played this rivalry weekend. Coming up at 11, the greatest university in all the land, the University of South Carolina, is looking to have a repeat performance from last week by beating another Orange school today. Following, the Palmetto Bowl will go to the other side of the country for the Civil War. That's between the Oregon Ducks and the Oregon State Beavers. And then the nightcap, the battle for the jeweled shillelagh. I think that's what you call it. Notre Dame visits Southern Cal as the Irish hope to play spoiler to the Trojans' potential college football playoff berth.
Yeah,
and then
that would be disappointing.
Oh, darn for those good folks out in L.A. Still to come on Countdown. We leave you with what to watch for, but first, here's our chief weather correspondent, Ron Roberts.
Well, Texas Tech for the forecast for Stan the Man's show here. Here we go. Texas Tech playing Oklahoma. All right, just like you, I want Texas Tech to beat OU because I don't like OU. Texas Tech, OU, temperature, 45 degrees, cold, breezy at kickoff. We'll be on the backside of this storm system, so it's going to be breezy, cold during the stadium. So bundle up, gloves, you know, anything to cover your head, to keep your head warm, plenty of jacket space. I mean, just stay warm and have that warm chocolate. And Red Raiders fans are going to get out there, around 50,000 or so of you. So what do? We wreck them.